Here with Coach Winters heading into the Walsh game. Looking back at that Northern Michigan game, kind of returned to controlling the tempo over nearly 35 minutes of time of possession. Was that a key part of the planning leading up to Saturday?
Yeah, we really wanted to hold on to the football. They're an explosive offense, and they're wide open spread, and the best way to defend that is to keep them on the sideline, and we were able to do that. And, I think really regardless of what kind of offense you're playing, your plan always is to hold on to the football and put it in the end zone.
And part of that game plan, I'm sure, controlling the football and the tempo, is rushing the football. Offense accounted for 191 yards on the ground. How significant is that, especially with a somewhat makeshift offensive line moving pieces around?
Yeah. Romello Brown really stood out, and Demetrius early in the first quarter, but Romello the rest of the game stood out, being able to provide us with yards even when we didn't block it all that well. You know, there were a couple of times where we probably blocked it for 2 and he got 4. And it was kind of encouraging from the standpoint of you want to stay in front of the chains and you want to keep on task, and we were able to do that because we were able to run the football.
There was one drive that I remember that they couldn't stop Romello Brown. He was kind of a boulder rolling downhill. Going on the road has been a challenge this season. Are you changing anything, the way you're speaking to the kids, from a scheduling, from a game plan standpoint, before you head to Walsh?
You know what? Let's be realistic. You change things every day, and you have a plan, and then life happens and the plans change. So we're basically, we know the circumstances behind their stadium. They're rebuilding the stadium. The locker room situation is not going to be good. There are challenges that we face going into it that we know about. So we're trying to prepare our team for all of those things. And then, when it comes to the game time, just try to have them ready to play.
Kind of the mantra, win anyway, kind of applies to this week anyway. Keys to victory is beating the Cavaliers. What do they do well? Talk a little bit about them, and what do we need to do?
Well, they've kind of found themselves the last 2 weeks.
Freshman quarterback.
And he's done really well. And you look at them, and they've played well pretty much every week, I think, from a defensive standpoint. They're really stout up front. They're a good football team. And the key for us, again, is to be able to run the football. And it's not easy against that football team, but that's what we do. So we'll try to get after that, and then to be able to mix in some of our play action pass and some plays on that. And then from a defensive standpoint, when we create turnovers, we're really good, and defensively we need to create turnovers.
All right, thanks, Coach.